Today on Public Eye News, budget cuts affect Burt Township schools and Florida teen mourned as a hero.
Brady Hinshaw will be back with a look at our forecast, and later Devontae Stein will bring us back to sports. Hi, I'm Todd Rose.
And I'm Devontae Stein, and this is Public Eye News. Burt Township School's future remains up in the air after Governor Gretchen Whitmer decided to cut funding for the Save Paradise Fund. The Save Paradise Fund, which totals about $7 million, is where Burt Township Schools receives the majority of their funding. The school district has enough money to stay open for the remainder of this school year. However, in the future, the school may need to reduce to K through 6th graders. 7th through 12th graders would have to travel to either Munising or Newberry for school. Burt Township Superintendent Gregory Nyan said, quote, "During the winter, we all know that the weather close to Lake Superior can be quite surly, and that's going to further complicate their commute home and very well put our students in harm's way," unquote. Superior A's Model A Club donated to the Nice Community School District's auto shop. The club presented 2 donations totaling $4,500 to the auto shop. In the auto shop, the students learn the ins and outs of the automotive world. The school's auto shop relies on donations like these to provide the students with this course and hands-on experience. The club is a chapter of the Model A Ford Club of America.
Layoffs could be in store for Upper Peninsula Sheriff's offices following budget cuts stemming from Governor Whitmer's 147-line vetoes in the 2020 budget plan. In particular, Whitmer's cutting of the Office of Highway Safety Planning's Secondary Road Patrol, or SRP program, affects the offices. The program allows for allocation of extra patrols for secondary and outlying roads, or as Houghton County Sheriff Brian McLean put it, quote, "all of the county roads basically," end quote. Michigan State Police maintain hopes that negotiations will continue as far as budget concerns go. Governor Whitmer and legislators did meet earlier this week. However, the discussion at hand was policy rather than the budget. And no arrests have been made following a search by Upset in Kingsford yesterday. The search was conducted after the approval of a search warrant, which brought forth the seizing of MDMA tablets, as well as evidence of the production of psilocybin mushrooms. Again, no arrests have been made at this time, though the investigation does remain open.
The Masonic Center in downtown Marquette played host to a fundraiser for the Marquette Maritime Museum last night. The fundraiser, titled Storm, brought attendees into the history of Lake Superior and Michigan through visuals as well as music. Storm music director Dan Hall likened the presentation to a lecture from a band. Organizers of the event are hopeful the experience provided people something they can't get in books. All proceeds from the event go to the museum. A mystery 40 years in the making, the disappearance of Sergeant Donald C. Rexroth. In May of 1979, Rexroth disappeared while stationed at K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base. Rexroth's remains were found in 2017, though it took until 2019 to confirm them as the missing airmen. Special Investigations Special Agent Charles Pickpins of the Cold Case team is leading the investigation. Pipkins said, quote, "I'm glad we could offer some closure to Sergeant Rexroth's family. Now our hope is that someone comes forward with new information to help us figure out what happened to Rexroth," unquote. Rexroth's family has suspected foul play since the disappearances in 1979. And after this break, we'll be back with national and international news.
I'm Scott Yu. Come with me to Spain to discover the greatest composer you've never heard of.
Of course, that's Scarlatti.
He created a new musical language that inspired generations after him.
Now hear Scarlatti, when Now Hear This continues on Great Performances.
Tonight at 9 on WNMU TV.
And welcome back. A hot topic as of late, especially in the state of Michigan, is vaping. One of the major names in vaping is now under scrutiny following reports of illness and seizing of the said product. The products in question is Dank, a popular product in the underground vaping world. Dank is, however, not a legally produced item and is not even a tested product at that. With such products as Cherry Kush and Blue Dream, along with colorful packaging, the products appear both convincing and legitimate. As one can deduce from some of the names, the products usually contain THC. And another parent involved in a college admissions scandal will be sentenced today. A prominent New York City lawyer was given 1 month in prison for his role in the scheme yesterday. Gordon Kaplan pleaded guilty to paying to improve his daughter's score on a college entrance exam. Don Daller spoke to Kaplan's attorney. It's the first sit-down interview with a lawyer for any of the parents involved in the scandal, and Don is outside the federal courthouse in Boston with more.
Mr. Kaplan, would you answer a few questions?
Gordon Kaplan briefly addressed reporters Thursday after leaving federal court in Boston.
I fully respect the decision of the court today. I am deeply and profoundly sorry for being involved in this mess.
The former powerful New York attorney must spend 1 month behind bars. Prosecutors had asked for 8, calling Kaplan brazen and corrupt. In May, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of fraud and conspiracy for paying $75,000 to have the answers on his daughter's ACT exam corrected.
This conduct clearly crossed a line.
Joshua Levy is Kaplan's attorney.
Do you think this was maybe the best sentence that you could have gotten?
I think that the sentence of Felicity Huffman, who engaged in very similar conduct, set the floor a little bit. I thought we maybe could get a sentence comparable to hers, and we came close.
Are you sorry for what you did?
Last month, actress Felicity Huffman learned she must spend 14 days in prison for paying $15,000 to have her daughter's SAT exam corrected. She, like Kaplan, pleaded guilty. But 19 other parents, like Full House star Lori Loughlin, have entered not guilty pleas. Loughlin and her husband are accused of paying $500,000 to have their 2 daughters accepted into the University of Southern California as crew recruits. No trial date has been set, but this week a judge said they're aiming for 2020.
There's a lot of aspects of the college admissions system that I hope get revisited coming out of a case like this.
Maybe this spotlight is a good thing.
I think it is.
Monday night at Virginia Key Park in Florida, 17-year-old Christian Burgos jumped into the ocean to save a mother and her 9-year-old son. Strangers jumped into the ocean after him and pulled Burgos to shore. However, sadly, he did not survive. The young man was commended for his bravery, and his family and community members are proud of him. Wednesday night, a memorial was held for Burgos to honor his sacrifice that led to the saving of 2 graceful individuals. Burgos was a senior at Booker T. Washington High School, and students and teachers are both mourning the loss of the exceptional student. Sunday, a wake for Burgos will be held. Right now, professors at Indiana University are watching high school football players, trying to answer one big question: is football safe for children to play? They're studying the effects of repetitive hits. Fox 59's Brett Cass shows us how they're tracking the data.
It's no secret, football is a contact sport. But how many hits each player takes and the exact long-term impact, there are still a lot of questions.
There's actually no evidence to showing that it is bad, or how bad is it, or how safe is it.
Hey, check.
So this season, nearly 30 players on Bloomington North are being studied. Every game, every practice, and every hit is being recorded, with each impact registered by a special mouthguard.
So we're studying the repetitive subconcussive impacts, and what is that going to do to their brain health.
Before the season, each player in the study had an MRI, took blood tests, eye tests, you name it. And at the end of the year, they'll take another look, with a full season of data to go with it.
The point of this study is to figure out, can we get to a place where we have some policy recommendations around making sure that football is a safe sport for people to play.
Professor John Macy's son is on the team and a part of the study. Macy feels football is a healthy activity. However, like a pitch limit in youth baseball, he wonders if there's any changes needed to make the game safer for kids.
One of the goals of this study is, can we get to a point where we can say, you know, this number of hits as a threshold is safe. Maybe after a kid, you know, sustains that many hits over the course of a season, they need to take a break.
This year is just the pilot study. The team hopes to have a study spanning multiple schools over multiple years to provide important data and hopefully answers about the safety of high school football.
The things that we can do to help football become the great sport that it always has been is going to be helped by this study.
In Bloomington, Brett Cast, Fox 59 News.
And hold it right here, because after this break, Brady Hinshaw will have a look at our weather, and Devontae will be back with a look at football and MLB playoffs and sports.
The
headman just came to the area showing me that the school will be here. I hope I can do something. Let me try. We started the school under the fortress. I believe that education is the key.
I am a child of Saturday night at 8 on WNMU TV.
And welcome back. I am your weatherman, Brady Hinshaw, and today behind me, looking at our current conditions over our academic mall, it looks pretty cloudy out as it was yesterday. But looking at our conditions, we have partly cloudy skies at 49 degrees, with winds out of the southwest at 7 miles an hour and a barometric pressure of 30.48 and rising. Looking at tonight, we have mostly clear skies with a low of 39 and winds out of the southeast at 6 miles an hour. Looking at tomorrow, we have rain with a high of 53 degrees and winds out of the southeast at 19 miles an hour. Looking at the glorious UP, it's covered with clouds as it was yesterday, but looking at our temperatures, it is 49 in both Sault Ste. Marie and Manistee, 48 in Escanaba, 49 in Menominee. Looking at our glorious western half, we have 46 and cloudy in Iron Mountain, 45 degrees in Ironwood, 45 degrees in Houghton, and the sun is poking out here in Marquette at 49 degrees. Looking at our weekend ahead, we have Sunday with a high of 61 and a low of 47, partly cloudy. Monday we have a high of 57 and a low of 44 and partly cloudy. And Tuesday we have a high of 63 and 50 and mostly sunny. Well, Devontae, it looks like a lot of cloudy weather, but it's a good thing NMU is playing indoors.
You got that right. NMU football team hosts Wayne State University this weekend for Family Weekend. The Wildcats defeated the Warriors last season with a score of 34-24. Ryan Johnson, quarterback for the Wildcats, is ranked second for touchdowns this season among GLIAC quarterbacks. The game is tomorrow, Saturday at 1 p.m. inside the Superior Dome. Last night in NFL action, the Seattle Seahawks topped the LA Rams in an exciting 30-29 victory. Russell Wilson for the Seahawks threw 17 for 23, 268 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Todd Gurley touched the ball 15 times on the ground and got into the end zone twice. The Seahawks improved to 4-1 on the season as they traveled to Cleveland to take on the 2-2 Browns, while the Rams dropped to 3-2 for the season as they host the undefeated 49ers next week. MLB postseason matchups tonight. The Cardinals look to take a 2-0 lead in the series against the Braves. The Minnesota Twins travel to New York to take on the Yankees in the first game of their series. The Washington Nationals try to even the series as they head to LA to take on the Dodgers. The Astros take on the Rays in game 1 of their series. Well, Todd, I hear you have some interesting stories on state troopers and bunny rabbits. Let's hear some more about that.
Yeah, that's right, and actually guinea pigs. So state troopers from St. Ignace, first of all, are looking for a man involved in a check fraud case in Mackinac County. The man in question purchased items in August at a Holiday gas station store in Mackinac County on US 2. Surveillance shows the man inside the store and in a white dump truck as well, If the public can be of assistance, the Post can be contacted at 906-643-7582. And ice cream, we love it. All the flavors, chocolate, Mackinac Island fudge, Rocky Road, guinea pig. Yes, you can now find guinea pig flavored ice cream in Ecuador, and yes, it is made from actual guinea pigs. For the lovers of the small fur balls, the news might be hard to digest. And that is all the time we have for you this week on Public Eye News. Make sure to join us next week. I'm Todd Rose.
And I'm Devontae Stein. Thank you for joining us.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.